Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Are you still working at home? Did you use the whole Zoom thing to have meetings? Well, it would appear that 50% of the organizations that were using that kind of stuff have had issues with security. This, by the way, from Security Magazine. So we thought we would bring on a specialist to talk to us about this. His name is Kevin Campbell, and he is very welcome to our show. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks a lot. 50%, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, well, you know, the bad guys are taking the time that they're working from home too, and they've got lots of extra time on their hands. Right, and they're getting more and more creative.
Right. So, look, I have typically one or two meetings like that a day. Probably no more than that, but one or two of those a day. And they're really, if you're not remotely interested in what we're doing, I think they would be really quite boring, to be perfectly frank with you. Why are they trying to break in? What are they getting?
Well, you know, they're not always trying to break into Zoom, right, or whatever conferences we have. What they're trying to do is get at our data, right? So,
Okay.
You know, the fundamental thing that they're after is your banking data or your financial data, but they can use other data. So what they're trying to do is capture your password and, you know, your email and password, however you get it, and then try to use that to get into your personal information.
Okay, so it's that simple? They just want personal info?
Yep. They want your bank. They'll do all kinds of things, lots of stories, but all kinds of things with your personal info. Worst case is they want to create a separate identity, copy your identity, you know, and then use that identity to buy a whole bunch of things. But they also, the simpler thing is that they're trying to get into your bank account. Or you get your credit card number and then use it to buy stuff. And they've got the sophisticated ones are set up so that, you know, they will send your credit card number to multiple people, send them out in a whole bunch of cities, and they'll just go purchase things all over the place.
But that will be flagged fairly quickly by your credit card company, right?
Yes, it will be. But the count is that, you know, they're counting on the fact that they're going to get enough quick purchases, Amazon gift cards, other gift cards, gas, gift certificates at Home Depot, the things that are easy for them to trade again. And, you know, it's all it's all a pain in the neck for you. Good news is there's some simple things you can do that will, you know, maybe not eliminate but minimize the chance that you're targeted.
Well, we're definitely going to get to that. We're talking to Kevin Campbell. He is a cybersecurity expert, and he, in fact, is the CEO of a company called, oh man, why couldn't you call it Fred?
Syniti.
Syniti.
Yes.
Yeah, Syniti. It's a data management company.
Infinity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Synergy and Infinity.
I'd have called it Fred, but that's just me.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. I'm
Marketing
sure when you came up with yours, you were like, "Oh, I'm really clever," and you are. So you deserve that. Anyway, Kevin is on our phone. He's a cybersecurity expert. So we're probably talking right now to people who have the same password for absolutely everything. That's a bad idea, right?
That's a bad idea. So the first thing, and they, you know, there's a study recently out that said 30% of all people's password is password. So
that was the second thing I was going to mention. Yes.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So just a reminder to everybody: use a complex password, and you know, make sure that you change it frequently. At least every 90 days. Be preferable if you change it every 30 days. And do not use the same password for your shopping as you do for your banking. And, you know, the other thing is a thing called two-factor authentication, which most of the banks provide. which gives you a second lock on the door.
Right there, we have that with work stuff now as well.
Yep.
It's a pain, but it's not much of a pain. You're having to wait for that magic 6-digit number to show up, which is different every time typically on your cell phone, and then you've got to enter that to get into whatever it is you're trying to get into. And it is really remarkable how many people use password as their password. I mean, famously, John Podesta did that, which is how people were getting into Hillary Clinton's email. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Crazy.
But the cyber criminals count on our laziness, right? They count on human nature, which is, anything that's difficult to do, we don't like to do it. And anything that takes 2 extra steps, we don't like to do it until we learn what the consequences are.
So let me ask you this. Right. So let me ask you this. If you've got, you've got maybe a couple of email accounts, you've got some social media accounts, you've got bank accounts, and all kinds of other stuff. So let's say you need 12 different passwords. The lazy will put them on a Word document and save them on their computer. No, that is not me. That's not safe either.
No, and that's what we call my friend has this problem. Right? They write it down on a piece of paper or they save it in a password. What you can do, and is available, is there's quite a bit of software called password managers and a password vault. And if you go look at Consumer Reports, they'll give you a whole bunch of them that are possibilities, and it'll remember your passwords for you in a tight, triple encrypted vault, and then you don't have to do it every time. And it'll use random generated passwords. So
literal gobbledygook with random letters, random numbers, random special characters, all mixed in, and no way anyone could remember it, obviously.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The other thing we should talk about at this time of year with the election coming up is we're all starting to get inundated with campaign emails. They're saying, click here to donate, click there. We're also getting text messages. Those are all trying to get us to donate. Many times those are being used to spoof people because they fit in with the regular emails and what you might expect, or maybe even someplace where you donated before. So we always tell people with emails, don't click unsubscribe at the bottom, because sometimes those are actually links to capture your credentials. Just block it, right? So you can say this is trash in most email systems. And if it's text, block the phone number. So those are 2 other things you can do as extra protection if you get stuff that's suspicious. But always before, if you don't get an email from something you don't recognize, then block it and get rid of it. Don't use it.
There you go. We're talking to cybersecurity expert Kevin Campbell. So, Kevin, there goes the phone. Live radio, ladies and gentlemen, we love it. Kevin, made me lose my train of thought. Hang on one second. I'll get this in a minute. Right. So these. All right. Hello.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. That is not us. Is that you?
That was me. That was my little boy.
Okay, no worries.
Call me. So.
Yeah. Well, we're big family first, people. I'm not going to keep you much longer. I'm almost done. I was just going to talk about these password vault things. First of all, you have to pay for them, right? Typically?
Yes, you do. But it's usually minimal cost, right?
Right. And secondly, if you do go down that particular road, how safe are those sites? So if somebody can break in, they can get everything that you've got, right?
Yep.
So are they safe or not?
They're very safe as long as all you got to do is look at and make sure that it's a maintained site. So there once in a while are password vaults where the company stopped maintaining it. But if you check on consumer reports or any of the IT reports, as long as it's continually maintained, they have encryption that, is extremely difficult to get into. So way beyond, two-factor identification. Way beyond.
All right. Kevin Campbell is a cybersecurity expert. We're going to go and let him talk to his little boy. You can find out more about him at syniti.com, Syniti, syniti.com. Kevin, thank you very much. We appreciate your expertise, sir.
All right. Thanks for having me on, and have a good night.